Hi, Jen here, Cup of Joe with Jen. Okay, I need your help. I need your help. I am trying to gather as much research as I can for my book. You heard it here. Yes, it's true. I am in the process of writing a book. So for all of you that read into me and they're like, Jen, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, we never see you anymore. You're so busy. You're so crazy. What are you doing? The secret's out. I'm in the process of writing a book. And you're probably thinking, what is she writing a book about? Well, I have my big, huge jumbo teacher mug. Thank you, third grade class. This was a present from them with a big honkin' Starbucks card inside. And of course I have my car bracelet and my all I really need to know I learned in kindergarten. So yes, I am writing a book about being a teacher and an elementary school teacher for 10 years and how I transformed lives, but even more importantly, how those children actually transformed my life and made me into the person I am today. So a little bit more about myself, and some of you guys know this, some of my teacher friends, of course my parents know, and my sisters. But when I grew up, I did not have the best experience in school. And I know that's probably shocking to a bunch of you because most teachers, at least the ones I'm good friends with and I come across, they were the little girls who loved going to school. Perfect person in the classroom, perfect child in the classroom, brought the apple straight A's. Okay, well, I wasn't that child. So when I grew up, I'm just going to really shorten it. In the first grade, I had my own corner for talking. I know that probably surprises you, but I stood in that corner every single day. In fact, my teacher named the corner Jennifer's Corner. And sometimes she would call on someone else like, Robbie, go stand in the corner. And he'd go over to my corner and she would be like, don't stand in Jennifer's corner. Of course, I'm at my desk and I'd be like, so confused, like, because I'm actually on task. And I'm like, I'm not in that corner. And she would look at me and she's like, well, you're not there yet, but you will be. Don't stand in Jennifer's corner. So that was kind of my first grade experience. And guess what? I actually was diagnosed with stomach ulcers and had to go on prescription Tagamet in the first grade. So I had a little nervous tummy because I was terrified of school. Now second grade rolls around and a few of us, well, the whole class came in from after recess and there were about 10 names on the board. And I remember thinking, wow, our name's on the board. I wonder what we're going to get. Like, I was truly excited that my name was on the board because we just came in from recess. We were all excited. And the teacher actually called all 10 of us up to the front of the room, opened up her desk drawer, and pulled out a wooden paddle. And you remember, I'm nervous girl from first grade, and she was telling us that before recess, she told all of us that she expected us to be in a perfectly straight, quiet line, and she wanted her class to be called in first into the school. And she was looking out the window, and apparently all of us who were not in a straight line and who weren't quiet, I know that's hard for you to believe that I wasn't quiet or in a straight line, she put our names on the board and we were going to get a paddling. Now, I remember that experience like it was yesterday. I was in the second grade. I was 8 years old, okay? No, actually, I was young. I was 7 because my birthday's in July. So I remember it, and I remember all 10 of us were in this line, and I kept getting nervous. Of course, I was crying, and I kept going to the end of the line. Now, smart girl that I am now, I would have been the first one knowing that 9 people were behind me. But no. I kept going to the very end. So I'm at the end of the line. So all 9 kids in front of me are now sitting in the classroom. There I am in front of the whole class, leaning over, and I don't know if you all remember those old-fashioned pencil sharpeners. And I'm looking at the pencil sharpener, and yeah, with the paddle. I still tear up talking about it. It was the most traumatic, oh my gosh, my voice shakes just talking about it, because I'm so passionate about teaching and I'm so very passionate about children. I really can't believe I'm getting choked up. Okay, so now my daughter's taping me like, wow, I don't even know if she knows this story. So third grade rolled around, kind of same thing. It was kind of an okay year. I got in trouble. I was always the kid in the wrong place at the wrong time because I'm mischievous. And if something like crazy was going on, I was going to be with that group versus the good, quiet group. So third grade was okay. So fourth grade rolls around. And, you know, same thing, Jen, you know what, you're going to get in trouble. The principal's going to call you in. You're going to be suspended from school. Somebody wrote this letter with a 4-letter word in this letter, and I was told by my friends, because I had already been labeled the troublemaker, the girl that gets in trouble. So I was told at recess I was being bullied, that they all ganged up on me and told the teacher that I wrote the bad note with the 4-letter word. So here I am at a place of decision. And I was like, oh, I'm not going down that road again. And I took off at recess. I took off. I ran away from school in the 4th grade. My son's in the 4th grade. I can't imagine him running away from school. But I did. I took off, ran away from school. And I was hiding in this home that was being built. Construction workers, they came back. They were like, hey, what are you doing here? I took off again, rang this little old lady's doorbell. And then just, you know, the rest is history. And this was just 1st grade to 4th grade, and I'm not going to bore you with the rest, but that is how I grew up in school. Okay, so fast forward, I decided in college, do you know what, I am going to be an elementary school teacher, and I majored in early childhood. I did not want to teach bigger, higher than 3rd grade. I wanted them when they were young. I wanted them when they were impressionable, and when I felt like I could truly make a difference. And so I taught 1st grade for 8 years, and then went back and taught 3rd grade for 2, so a total of 10 years. And here's the deal. I was that teacher that loved the kids for who they are. I did not try to change them or tell them, no, don't think that way, don't say that, quit talking, go stand in the corner, and I never once humiliated. I do not humiliate it. I question, I ask, and I raise them up, and I want them to become thinkers. So, here's what I need from you. 2 questions, and I'll type them out too. First question, do you feel as a parent, do you feel the teachers have more of an influence on your child, or do you feel like you do? So who's more influential on your child? The teacher or you as a parent? Okay, that's question number 1. Now I do want to bring out, I don't know if you're aware, me as a teacher, and now my kids are all in school, teachers are with your children 8 hours a day. I got there at 8, I wouldn't leave till 4, so roughly 8 hours a day. So that's question number 1. Question number 2, when you personally look back on your school years growing up, do you have wonderful, pleasant, oh, it was wonderful, I wish I could go back feelings? Or do you look back on your childhood growing up in school with not so good memories? Like memories you're kind of like, ooh, that wasn't fun, I would never go back there. And just to reiterate, I am not talking about high school. That's a whole nother can of worms. We won't even talk about high school. I am talking about when you think of elementary school. Good memories or bad? Those are the 2 questions. Okay, so please, please, please post. I need as much research for my book. And if you see the poster behind me, all I really need to know, in kindergarten, one of my favorites, and it's so simple and just so simple. Be nice, say you're sorry, wash your hands. And my favorite line at the end is when, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it's best to hold hands and stick together. And that's what I'm all about. So please help me out with my research, those 2 easy questions, and yeah, and be looking for my book. I'm wanting to do it before I'm the big 4-0, July 1st, so we'll see how that happens. So thank you so much for your input. I greatly appreciate it, and of course, cheers to my class, to my kiddos. You don't realize that I keep every mug I've ever gotten. See, I've kind of been hooked on coffee for a long time, and my kids know it. Coffee and dark chocolate. So to close, have a phenomenal day. TTFN, ta-ta for now.